Is she a diamond in the rough? You guys tell me. This boat comes with a rusted out hammer at no extra cost. You've got a Pullman berth, you guys know how much. That's the cabin sole. Alright, now this was a tough tour. I filmed this boat last fall, and to be honest, I had decided not to upload it because it was in such bad shape. But looking back on that decision, I think it might have been the wrong one. I think this video should be a warning for anyone looking to buy a used cruising boat on the dangers of an otherwise working vessel sitting abandoned for too long. Keep in mind, this is what she used to look like. Boats need constant attention, and the worst thing you can do is to let one sit in storage for years on end. This 1974 Cal 246 is a perfect example of that. Now it either needs to be parted out and crushed, or someone has to spend way too much time and money restoring an old boat that will never be anywhere near worth what they put into it. Don't buy abandoned boats. Anyway, that being said, here's the tour for educational purposes. Alright guys, so I just stepped aboard and I'm looking aft. We've got a nice big aft deck here. Lots of room for activities. Big opening hatch. Huge reel right here for anchor rode or for, tying off to shore. That's really nice. Off the stern, there's a hoist here for the dinghy and a rack that it mounts on. And that is all some serious stainless construction right there. And a stern anchor. Stainless Bruce stern anchor right there. Aft swim platform. There is a wind generator right here on a pole. And let's take a look at down here. And there's a big stern locker, but as you guys can see, it's chock full of stuff. Looking forward, as you guys can tell, this is going to be a project boat. But is she a diamond in the rough? You guys tell me. We've got two big solar panels up here on this stainless arch. There's another stern rail right here, which I think is kind of interesting because it's on this elevated portion where the center cockpit is. I guess that's good so you don't accidentally fall off and onto the aft deck or potentially overboard. It's gonna be tough to try to get forward on this boat. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can do it on the other side real quick. It looks like I can, so let's go ahead and try to get forward. We are covered here with tarps and some netting. These side decks could be a little bit wider. It does look like there's handholds over the coach roof there. Ooh, this is just tough to see because everything's kind of packed up. It looks like it's been packed up here for a while. Let's take a look at the rig. Single spreader, sloop rig. Got a radar up there. Unfortunately, this is, kind of why you really shouldn't cover your boat with tarps long term, because they just degrade in the sun and do this. That deck is definitely going to need a moisture meter on it. It's a little soft right there. Going forward, huge horizontal windlass right here. This boat comes with a rusted out hammer at no extra cost. We've got a dual bow roller with a large CQR and a Bruce up here going to that horizontal windlass. There's also a Samson post right there, which is nice to see, and big oversized stainless cleats looking aft. Not much to look at, unfortunately, because there's a tarp over it. It does look like we have some door 8 boxes hiding there. Lots of other fenders and stuff stored on deck. There's a big old school style anchor right there. Opening hatch into the aft cabin. And then forward of all that, under the tarp, we've got a big hard Dodger over the center cockpit here. I like that a lot. It's tough to see right now because everything's covered and there's so much stuff here, but this is a really nice design. This is a very protected place to sail a boat like this. Going forward. Yeah, I like this cockpit a lot. It's got a lot of potential. Interesting thing too is it has this opening right here so that when you're at the helm, if you're a little tall, you can see over the Dodger, and if you're short, you can see under it. So if you're right in the middle, then you get to look right at that, but it's still cool. I've got to open this up. This is a massive cockpit locker in here. Yeah, actually, it's not just a cockpit locker, it's the engine room. Guys, I'm not gonna get down there because I honestly don't see a good way for me to get down there. There's no ladder or anything. But give you guys the best view I can with what light I have. All right, guys, I just stepped down below, and this is what we've got here in the deck salon. I hope the video is coming out good because I've got a flashlight on me because the batteries aren't currently hooked up, and covered by the tarps, the boat's pretty dark down below. But as you guys can see, roomy deck salon here. Obviously it's a project boat, it needs work. But this is what we got. So let's start on the port side here. What I'm seeing is this is your main dining table right here. This is gonna be kind of your main salon. Obviously you're high up, you can't see right now, but you know, you'd have good visibility out. We've got an L-shaped galley right here, mast coming straight through, gimbaled stove, and what looks like lots of storage right here, as well as another area for food prep. Let's go forward, see what we got. We've got an upright fridge freezer. Some more cold storage down there. Not sure if that's going to work or not. Continuing down into the V berth. So looks like we've got a forward head here, a wet head. Pretty good size. And then a really good size V berth up here. Got a lion that stares at you while you sleep. And lots of stuff stored up here, obviously. The boat has definitely been in storage for a long time. Big hanging locker up here. And moving aft. Going back up into the deck salon. Again, I really think that this design has lots of potential, but obviously it needs a lot as well. So the next owner has to either be willing to take on a massive project or spend a massive amount of money to pay someone to do it all. Looks like we got a Perkins diesel here, and then this is that engine room, okay, that is accessible from that cockpit up there, which I really like. I like that a lot. Good access from both sides to that engine. Big old engine room, but this thing is chock full of stuff. So this hallway to the aft cabin here is kind of going to be your garage on the boat. Got lots of storage right here. Then your engine access, obviously, to port. And then aft of all that, we've got our aft cabin. This is a really cool aft cabin, design-wise. You've got a Pullman berth. You guys know how much... That's the cabin sole. We've got a Pullman berth. You guys know how much I love Pullman berths. And then, just starboard of all that, we've got another seating area. Nice little private seating area back here. Just for the owners. I like when boats incorporate multiple places to sit and eat, especially for a family. That's important. All right, and forward of all that, guys, we've got another head, another wet head, but a big wet head. So ensuite head back here. Very nice. Stereotypical spooky campsite story coming to you right now. Just kidding. No, it's not. We've got the full continuous below decks walkthrough coming at you, and I'm gonna put on the screen everything I got about the boat, like I always do. Let's do it. Well, there you have it. It's a sad story, but all too common, unfortunately. The owner passed away, the boat got stored on the hard, and virtually abandoned for a few years. Now, this boat did actually recently sell for what I understand to be around $50,000, but while that seems cheap, that's only the beginning. There's likely hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of work to be done just hiding under all that junk and those tarps. I wish the new owner the best, and I hope for their sake I'm wrong. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one. I hope it was educational or entertaining at least. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, a comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell if you want to know every time we drop a video. See you in the next one.
I've got it right and I got it wrong, but I